Well, what a sight this is, a beautiful evening, and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm Peter Drury, and providing analysis and expert opinion alongside me will be Jim Beglin.
Hi everyone, and thanks Peter, it's great to be on board.
Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game, everyone involved is absolutely up for it. It is a true heavyweight clash.
Well, with nothing resting on this, Peter, I'm hoping that there'll be more impetus for the players to just enjoy the game with the pressure off, try out a few different things, and we get something open and free-flowing.
And already we're underway here. Mendes is very much the model of the modern-day fullback. That's Gonzalez. He's having a shot! Rafael Leao. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
Yeah, Nicolas Otamendi. He's a fine defender, both in the air and on the ground, and a real tough competitor who loves a physical duel. He knows how to pick out a pass too, and he'd be looking to get his team moving forward as soon as any opposition attack breaks down. He often likes to step...
Chance for a shot! Oh, that is rather wayward.
Well, there's always that risk, Peter, when a team commits too many numbers forward. You can't help but leave some gaps at the back.
Pass somewhat off target. And here's Messi. And it's hit the woodwork and out! And for a moment, time stood still.
It's really well read here, but having done the hard part, he'll be slightly disappointed not to make more of it.
Pedro Neto. Now it's Bruno Fernandes. He's looking wide. Anything noteworthy in the early part of the match, Jim?
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a good look at one another.
Oh, strongly challenged there. Now, this could be a chance.
He looked rushed, he should have waited for some movement.
Bernardo Silva. Portugal still without a single shot on target. Pedro Neto. Argentina have got it back and they'll have another go. He's gone for goal! A collective sigh of relief from the defence. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Pops him off it and wins back the ball. Inacio gets a foot in here. And it's Dallo. And here's Bruno Fernandes. And a chance! That's really well cleared. That's a throw. Bruno Fernandes. Messi. That's Paredes. That's a sharp pass. That's Gonzalez. Pedro Neto. McAllister. And he's had it nicked away. Almost half an hour in now. Gonzalo Inacio. Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes. This is shapes to shoot! Oh, no shortage of confidence there.
Well, it came to nothing in the end, but it certainly got the crowd going.
Tagliafico. Front-footed pressing going on here. Paredes promptly onto that, and that is that. And it's Rodrigo de Paul. Aims beyond the defence. That's the keeper's ball. Bernardo Silva. Now it's Pedro Neto. Pedro Neto. And it's Cristiano Ronaldo! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Cristiano Ronaldo actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
And we have our very first corner. And it's Vitinha. That is ended up in no man's land. And now a sudden chance to counter. 0-0, but nevertheless a very decent game. And now they can clear their lines. Well, they've got it back in a hurry. Now it's Messi. And he's been shifted off it. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Now it's Rafael Leao. And he welcomes... There's the shot! Oh, fantastic from Ronaldo!
Well, that's just changed both managers' team talks at half-time too. What a magnificent piece of play by the skipper to create a really buoyant atmosphere in his own dressing room now, and a very uncertain one in the other.
That was a given, it always was.
Such a smart finish, and the setup was very good too, but defensively, they didn't cover themselves in glory here.
So we have the first goal.
Well, I think the managers are going to have to scrap whatever they had in mind for the half-time team talks. One has got to tone it up now, and the other has to tone it down.
Bernardo Silva. Oh, good-looking ball. Alvarez. Alvarez! Now he wants to get in on the act here.
Argentina really have stepped it up now. They could have been a bit more greedy and forced the issue.
Pedro Neto. And here's Cristiano Ronaldo. He shifted it to the flank. Referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here. Any strong opinions on the first half?
Well, this is when you need your players to step up, Peter. Be brave, see all that courage. They need to have a big start to the second half to give them some momentum, and they're not going to get that if they're being too risk-averse.
Portugal leading 1-0 at the break. And the game has already resumed here.
Well, if you're ahead, it's a good time to start moving the ball quicker, Peter. Entice your opponents out. See if you can open them up a bit more.
Vitinha. Here's Rafael Leao. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
And it's Mendes. Rafael Leao. Bruno Fernandes. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Tries a shot! Has another go! And that's off target. Tagliafico. And Gonzalez. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Now it's Bernardo Silva. Decent chance! Portugal are ahead here by what is still the only goal. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. And that's put paid to a promising move. And it's made its way to him. Paredes did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. He's going for goal! He's done very well to get to that.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
chances keep on coming. They're awarded another corner. Messi plays it short. Oh, that's a fine interception.
Argentina really are going about things in the right fashion, Peter. It's great to see.
They're coming again and again.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
And they're not going to make any further progress now. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Oh, good spread. Vitinha. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, the message they're sending out now is pretty loud and clear. Let's grab a second goal and give ourselves an element of comfort.
Header! Went with his head, but couldn't steer it in. Some resolute defending there. He's beaten the last man. Gonzalez, skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. Bernardo Silva. The only breakthrough then came late in the first half here, and that is the difference. And the score is 1-0. McAllister. And no, that is pretty much the end of that. Bernardo Silva. Bruno Fernandes. Played out to the right. Pedro Neto. Fired deep towards him. He's got all. It's loose now and they want to get it back. Alvarez did well to step in there. That was more than necessary. That looks a good ball through. Great ball and he's in here.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
Argentina can now introduce the first of their substitutes.
Well, for me, this was the obvious substitution. He'd become just a little jaded, and as a result of that, he was most likely to make a mistake. I think sometimes when the body becomes tired, the brain goes with it, and I think that's happened in this case.
It's good pressure, good intensity.
Well, to be fair to that defence, it's nigh on impossible to cater for such astute movement, but at least, eventually, they've made the right call.
Now this is a potential flashpoint, and the referee has his hands full. Cross deflected behind for a corner. And it's Rodrigo de Paul. And now they can spring out of defence. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Over to the left. Just 5 minutes left. Great defending, strong and determined.
Well, it's probably safe to say now, Peter, that it's going to be all about game management from here.
Bernardo Silva. I think we're just about done here. But it's Bernardo Silva. Now it's Bruno Fernandes. And this is Ronaldo. Nicely spread. Real chance! It's off target and by quite a way.
Well, they shouldn't be dawdling at this stage. They need to get the ball in the mixer and quickly.
Molina. Messi. That's that, the end. Well, that was tense. Boy, that was tense. The two sides separated by the game's only goal. Cristiano Ronaldo picking up the Man of the Match award, and no surprise there. How do you look back on the game then, Jim?
Well, that was a hard-fought win with a defensive masterclass. They backed up their goal with a resilience that was first class.
And that's where we have to end it. From me, Peter Drury, and my co-commentator, Jim Beglin, a very good evening to you all.